If you're an Amazon seller, this video is for you. If you're new here, my name's Morgan Rainey, but you can call me Lil Mo. And thank you so much for giving me the most valuable thing you have, your time. I am so glad that you ended up here. 6 years ago, I was a broke waitress living paycheck to paycheck. And today I am a $5.6 million Amazon seller. So I am so excited today to share with you 7 of the most expensive Amazon FBA mistakes you can possibly make as a new seller. After helping thousands of people launch and grow their own Amazon business, these are mistakes we have seen people make over and over again, and mistakes that we made ourselves because, like my papa always said, you don't know what you don't know. After you finish watching this video today, you are going to be able to avoid these very expensive mistakes to run a more successful business. Real quick, if you find this video valuable, make sure you hit subscribe, hit thumbs up, and comment your name and where you are from in the chat. It really helps us grow our YouTube channel and to keep providing all these free videos because we want to help you regardless of your budget. Since your time is money, let's get started, y'all. So the number one mistake we see new sellers make is you break the rules, okay? Amazon is a $1 trillion company. You need to know and understand their policies because if they shut down your little account, whether you do millions in annual sales, it's really not going to impact them that much, but it is going to impact you and your family. So always stay up to date with their terms and policies to make sure that you are following their rules. This ain't Fight Club. It's not like the only rule is there are no rules. There are a lot of rules, and I hate rules, but I love having access to 310 million customers. So I'm going to suck it up and do what I have to do to keep my account positive. Some of the most common rules we see getting broken is offering either money or anything in exchange for positive reviews. You are allowed to ask for reviews, but it can't be just positive. It has to be an unbiased review. And this is to try to keep things fair. Not shipping items on time, canceling orders. Amazon's always going to care about their customers more than they care about you. And just because other people are doing it doesn't mean that you should do it. This is supposed to be your full-time business, so you want to treat it like a business and play by the rules. Number 2, huge mistake, going with your gut instead of data. And I probably say this over and over again because it's the biggest mistake I made. So let's say I love this water bottle. Look how beautiful it is, y'all. But just because I love it doesn't mean other people are going to love it and it's going to sell on Amazon. Drop in the chat. Do you love this water bottle? Do you think it's ugly? I mean, I didn't make it. You're not going to hurt my feelings. So you really want to go with data because history tends to repeat itself. All right. Now, speaking of data, this is a mistake I see even experienced sellers make, and I made it when I first started using this app. So when it comes to going with data instead of your gut, we use SellerAmp, which our students brought to us. If you're brand new here and you're looking to sell on Amazon, you're going to see a million programs. And a big mistake people make is investing hundreds of thousands of dollars in these programs. They spend all this money before they learn the basics. They don't even have money to buy products once they learn what to do. SellerAmp is by far the cheapest and easiest program for beginners to use. If y'all want a free trial, we have if you use promo code Cajunventures, all caps, in the description, I have all these linked for you. It's the cheapest is why I like it, and it's so user friendly. Now, whenever you scan something on SellerAmp, this is what you're going to see. Let me show y'all this real quick. I know it's easy for me just to talk about all this, but I know it's much easier to see a real life example. So let's show you this real quick. All right, so one second. Brooke is moving my computer. All right, so here we go. So here's a perfect example. This is a book. If you haven't read it, you need to. It changed my entire life. After I finished reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, I started selling on Amazon the next day. Have it linked below for you. It has the power to change your life, basically. But back to the subject, whenever you scan something on SellerAmp, whether you do it on the app or on a computer, it's going to look like this. the default sell price is going to go usually at whatever the current buy box price is. And the buy box, if you see where it says buy new, add to cart, that's where 95% of Amazon sales happen. That's where you want to be, guys. Well, that is not always accurate, because if you just go with today's data, it is going to, you're going to end up in a bind, because the price might go up, the price might go down. So how do you avoid that? You want to go a little bit further. So first, you also want to look at your number of competitors. Okay, so let me go back real quick. So as you can see, this one product, you can see the estimated sales is less than 93 a month, right? So if you just have one book, you really don't need to worry about this. But let's say you found 20, right? Well, you want to look at all the different sellers right here. And if you can filter it by if they're FBA, which is what you want to do. And you can also filter it based on the price that they're selling it for. So you can see how many they have. Always pay attention to the competition. And now this is the most important part. You want to look at the sales rank over time. The more it goes down, the more sales they're having. But more importantly, this is priced $24 today. But on this date, the buy box was $39.99. So you want to look at trends over time to make sure that you are, like, if one person has no clue what they're doing, guys, and they just go in at the lowest price, they don't know they're not supposed to compete with FBM, fulfilled by merchant prices, and they should only compete with FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. It can make it seem like that item's not profitable when it really is. And I've seen a lot of people make this mistake who make a lot of sales on Amazon. So if you're one of them, make sure you quit doing that so that you don't leave money on the table. Now, this is a huge mistake, and I made it for sure. Buying items that you can't even sell. So how do you know if you are allowed to sell them? Because just because Amazon says you're allowed to sell an item doesn't mean that you actually are. So let me pull up this little chart again to show you. So on the first page right here where it says alerts in the top right, you want to click on that. And if it pops up anything that says IP is intellectual property, that means you are not allowed to sell that product. If it says private label, you are not allowed to sell that product. A telltale sign is if Amazon or the brand owner is the only person on the listing. And then another sign that a lot of people don't look for is if you come look at the number of offers on the bottom graph, how it says 5 in this little instance. If one day it instantly goes from a lot of sellers to 0 or 1, that is a red flag. You are not allowed to sell it. If I would have known that when I first started, that would have saved me a lot of money for sure. So next up, this is a mistake I made for 4 years, and it cost us probably $25,000. So please learn from my mistake. Not getting reimbursed for lost or damaged inventory. So Amazon tends to lose items. They have billions of items, so I can't really say I blame them. I could barely find my car keys. But you should be reimbursed for that. Supposedly they reimburse, but it's not always what you see. Now, who has time to go through every single item you send to make sure this happens? Nobody. Nobody has time for that. You're going to constantly miss it. So we actually use a company called Getita, and I have a link in the description. The best part about it is they do all of it for you, and it's totally free to sign up for them. Now, of course, they're a for-profit business. So any sort of reimbursement they get you, you give them 25% and you get 75%. Your time is valuable, and you're probably not going to do these claims on your own. So to me, it is worth every single penny. I highly recommend them. This is not an ad by them. I only recommend any company. It's not an ad for any of these companies, actually. I only recommend companies that we personally use. Moving on to number 6. Not getting an accounting, I have a typo, don't worry about that, y'all, or inventory management system. Y'all didn't see nothing, don't worry about that. So I was so cheap when I started because I was broke, okay? And let me tell y'all why I'm here doing this video. I am so sick of seeing these gurus just saying, you can get rich quick on Amazon. It's so easy. If it was so easy, everyone would do it. It's not that easy. It is totally doable. You're capable of doing it, but it's going to require work, and you're going to make mistakes. You're gonna. So I hope that this helps you avoid a couple of them. The reason you need accounting, when I first started, I literally had a piece of paper, y'all, and I had wrote item sell price. It was a hot mess. Brooke is like, you need to get something. And I was so cheap because we were so broke. So the one we use is Inventory Lab. They have a lot. Some is called like Seller Board. They have a million of them. You can do whichever one works for you. Not only does it help you come tax time, it's also going to help you list your items faster. Instead of doing it the slow way on Amazon Seller Central, we can probably do 5 shipments in the time we would have done 1. And your time is money, guys. So you definitely want to speed that up. And then finally, lucky number 7, y'all, not using cashback sites or high reward credit cards for your purchases. So we personally use the Chase Sapphire card, and we have not paid to travel in probably 6 years. That is how much, because Amazon is a return on investment business. You're buying items to sell. So you don't want to be using a debit card. Now, if you have trouble controlling your spending, I would not get a credit card. I pay off my credit card every 3 days. I use it just like cash. If you are just using a regular debit card, you're leaving money on the table. And then cashback sites are 100% free to sign up for. My favorite one is in the description. Our next how it works, if you're not familiar, like Rakuten, you just go to the site, then type in whatever site you're going to, Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart, whatever, and they give you a cash back percentage on your total order. And we have made over $14,000 from this site. They send you a check every quarter, so every 3 months. So if you're not using that, you are definitely leaving money on the table. If any of you think it's too late to start selling on Amazon, I'm going to prove to you right now that it is definitely not too late. So this is one of our clients, Sherry, and she just shared this week, okay? She crossed the the $5,000 mark, and her very first sale was on October 28th. And this is the beauty of Amazon. She's done this very, very part-time. Like anything else, you're going to get out what you put into it, right? She says she's ready to ramp things up and make this year awesome. What I really just love is that you can make this business your own. If you work full time and you have kids and you coach softball or you do this, the beauty of Amazon is you can do it on your own terms and on your own time. So let me know in the comments, have you started selling yet? Have you made any mistakes? Just drop in the chat so that we can know. And if you guys are looking for more help getting started and you would want access to Brooke and I daily, we do have a step-by-step beginner's guide that gets you in our private Facebook group with access to us daily. If you head to CajunventuresMo.com, we have a free training tonight where you can learn more about that. So I really hope that you guys found this video valuable. I'm going to hop on here and answer any questions that y'all have for about the next 5 minutes. So if y'all want to drop anything in the chat, just drop it in there and I will get it. I will go ahead and answer for you. Thank you so much again for taking your time today to join with us. Okay, I see. Is there a link to get the coaching? If you already, oh, how cool. It puts your picture on here now. I hadn't seen that before. If you have already done our training and you actually just want to sign up, if you check your email, we email the link, or if you just shoot us an email back, we can message it directly to you or on any social media platform. Yeah, Rhonda, Gatita has really been a game changer. Oh, look how cute your Disney World picture is. I love that I can like see y'all's pictures on here now. That is awesome. All right, so let me know any questions y'all have so we can help y'all. Biggest hurdle is finding what I think is a good product with few sellers and then 30 sellers on posts. We all found the good deal. LOL, do I just wait or compete with lower costs, make less profit? Now, it's your business, so you have to choose how you run it. For us personally, I'm going to hold out on my price. Unless if it's something that's like expiring, if it's food and I can't sell it at after a certain date, I would rather wait and make more money. The new sellers tend to race to the bottom by lowering it a penny, and like they all lose because they're doing all this work and making less profit, which is silly. If you're an experienced seller, you know to not race to the bottom. Now, I try to find harder to find items so that I don't have that issue. If you can find something super, super easy, and a lot of people find it, if it's posted in some sort of group, you know that it's probably the price can get tanked. If it's a discontinued item that can't be found anymore, hold your price. Like unless if you need money right now and you just want to break even and work for free, hold the price, because and that's also the importance of checking the price over time, because if if it's low now, it probably was low a couple months ago. So just keep that in mind. All right, if a product's UPC is missing on Amazon and we're buying that product from the brand, should we buy that product? I have no idea what you mean. It has to match perfectly to the item. So I'm not really sure what you mean. The UPC is missing. I'm not understanding because every item has a UPC. So it would have to match to make sure it is make sure it's right. Is the coaching you offer only for beginners? Our guide, we definitely follow the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid, and we are geared towards beginners for sure. If you are familiar with Amazon, we do share a lot of strategies that help you grow and scale your business. And we have a lot of exclusive trainings we only offer to our students. Like right now, we're doing Amazon reviews. Yesterday, we made $700 just from 100% passive income. We have a training that we offered only to our students on that. We also have a BOLO group exclusively for our students. We limit it to 200 people. So there's a lot of, I think the biggest benefit, honestly, of our guide is getting in our private group and being able to network with the community. But it is definitely geared towards beginners and focused on retail and online arbitrage with a little bit of wholesale. But we are definitely not, like, we never recommend private label for new sellers. So if that's the direction you're looking to go in, I do not think our guide would be a huge help to you. I just want to be transparent and honest. We price very, very affordably, and most of those private label guides are like in the thousands. And we just kind of wanted to help beginners like us. All right. So, all right, let me see what other questions y'all have for us. I'm trying to catch up to the stuff from earlier. So y'all go ahead and drop them real quick. All right, let's see, Rhonda. I'm definitely learned a ton. My goal was 15,000 for this month. I'm not going to hit that, but I'll be close to 8,000, which for me is pretty good. Rhonda, that is good for anybody. That's not just good for you. $8,000 in 1 month, and you're just a couple months in. I want to say you're less than 6 months in. That just shows you the power of Amazon. It's absolutely crazy. That's nuts. Can you please share Facebook link or any contact information? I'll have Brooke put our email address in the chat, but we go by Cajunventures on every single social media platform. We're pretty straight up across the board. So if you search Cajunventures anywhere, you can contact us. So yeah, so y'all see Rhonda did $8,000 in sales in her first 4 months. And that's like for, like, that's just crazy, y'all. That is nuts. That just blows my mind. Yeah, so here, let's see. Let's check this out. If you decide to go the wholesale route, do you still have the item shipped to you, or do they ship to Amazon for you? Trying to understand the wholesale options. Okay, Tammy, that is a great question. So how it works, no matter what product you're sending, if I'm sending a product I buy on eBay, TJ Maxx, from a wholesale company from China, like literally it all works the same. You have mainly two options. You can either have the item sent to you at your house or a warehouse, and you would just repackage them yourself, or you can use a prep center where you send your items there and they basically do the prep for you. If you do get a prep center, I highly recommend getting one in a tax-free state so that you save on those sales tax. So that's really what I recommend for that. The wholesaler themselves normally will not send directly to Amazon to you, because the only prep work really is if you're creating bundles, they'd have to bundle them together or just put that little Amazon sticker on them. Quite frankly, as a brand new seller, I recommend you starting by doing it yourself just to learn the process. Then when you want to scale 100%, use a prep center. Go that route, but just make sure you get it perfect, because you don't want to. I've heard some horror stories about prep centers, and I would hate for them to screw up your account when you're just getting started. So that's just my opinion. It's your business, so the beauty is you got to make the rules. Let's see. When you recommend offering items in a bundle, is that for FBA? If FBA, then bundles post needs to be already exist, right? Okay. I think when you say post, you mean listing, right? Okay. So FBM is fulfilled by merchant. We recommend doing FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, where if I have all these items I want to sell, instead of me mailing this to Rhonda and me mailing this to Darcy, I'm going to put all of my items in one box, and I won't do this because I don't sell fragile products. And I'm going to stick my Amazon sticker on them. I'm going to send them all to Amazon, right? You want to avoid FBM. The only thing we do FBM is things that are not allowed FBA, like hairsprays, some liquids, things like that. But you can't grow your business when you're packaging items every day. Bundle is mainly for, let's say I have like 2 snack packs, and if I'd sell them individually, they were not profitable, but I sell them together, they are profitable. And usually there is already a listing for it, because you want to make sure they have a listing so you know that they have existing demand. So how much is the subscription? Is it $300 a month? What subscription are you? I'm not sure what subscription. Nothing we recommend is $300 a month. So I'm not sure what you're asking about. If you want to clarify, maybe. Do you have a wholesale list? We actually use Smart Scout to find most of our wholesalers, but you can also just go to Google and type in your state and wholesaler, dog wholesaler, whatever you want. But if you go to cajunventuresmo.com/Smart Scout, we have a free month to that. And we also have the scripts that we use to contact wholesale suppliers. Let's see. My goal is to set up Amazon account this weekend. Is there somewhere to locate Amazon rules and not violate policies? Yes, that's just Amazon's terms of service. If you just Google Amazon FBA terms of service, you'll be able to see everything. So something I haven't heard mentioned is sales tax handled with selling on Amazon. Is it just your local state? So Amazon collects all sales tax on items, so you don't have to worry about that. And as far as like paying taxes, we just use an accountant and pay quarterly. All right. Hey, Colette, how are you? When you ship to Amazon, does one box have to have multiples of the same items, or can you mix items in one box? You can sell literally whatever you want. When we first started, we started at Goodwill with books. We would just have one of each book, and we maybe would have 100 books. So you can commingle all that together. There is no minimum requirement for items. That is the beauty of selling on Amazon. Is there a way to find out if an item is sellable after you've scanned it and it comes up as no information? Well, if it says no information, like it has no sales rank, if it is not out of stock, that means nobody is buying it. If you scan the UPC and that doesn't pop up, you can try scanning the front of the item, like a picture of it, or you can even try typing it in. But if you don't see any sales data, that probably means there's no demand for it. So I would move on for sure. All right, let's see. Just hit 10,000 in sales since last April. Congratulations. That is amazing. Susan has done 1,300 since November. That is freaking insane to me. Congratulations. And that's the beauty of Amazon. It's one of the few low-cost startup businesses that you can make sales like that, like right away. So that is just freaking amazing. All right. Is the guide your initial step? Also, you want to understand the progression, if it can be obtained in the guide. Our guide is definitely, it's like over 45 videos. It walks you through every single aspect of selling on Amazon, from how to find products, how to ship your products, how to scale your business. I guess it would definitely be the first step. And then in our group, you can ask any questions daily as well. So, let me try to find one more question. Let's see. All right. Really? I thought it was low. I don't even remember what you're asking about. I'm kind of out of it today, y'all. All right. Can I have a call and have them all go back? What sources would you? All right. What sources would you recommend for ungating makeup, like CoverGirl, or OTC medicines like Motrin? Personally, we do not sell OTC products because it's a big liability. So I wouldn't recommend that. In our guide, we show you step by step how to get ungated for Lego, Disney, Star Wars, beauty. It's basically the same process. You just order 10 units from an authorized supplier and you submit your invoice. People make it out to be a lot harder. Please never pay for any sort of ungating guide. I've seen people charge thousands of dollars for that, and it makes me sick, because you should never pay for information like that. That's insane. We have used Frontier Co-op as one site. If we decide to go with Inventory Lab, should that be set up prior to setting up our Amazon account? I don't think you can set it up until you have your Amazon account. So I would get your Amazon account first. I wouldn't get any programs until you have learned the basics of selling on Amazon, because you're paying for them monthly and it's just going to be a waste of money. I would set up the Amazon account first. But the sooner you sign up for them, the better it's going to be for sure. For our students, we are actually having an in-person meetup in March, and we will post those details in our private Facebook groups just to make sure it can stay private. All right, let me take one more question. Susan, congratulations. If you need any help learning SellerAmp, for about the past 2 months, almost every Wednesday, we went live and just showed you exactly how to use it. My favorite thing about it is Amazon sellers are the ones who created it. So it's very, very Amazon seller friendly, as opposed to other programs that are Amazon friendly. And I have at cajunventuresmo.com/SellerAmp, we have at least like 10 live trainings like this where we walk through how to find products and how to use it. So, all right, let me grab one more. Y'all ask me one more question so I can help you. Okay, here's a good one actually. Let me see. Do you give product help in the course you offer if we buy it? Hannah, that's a great question. So we do not find products for you, with the exception of in our we have a BOLO Be on the Lookout group where you get 200 leads every month. It's currently full, but we are accepting a couple new members on the 1st. If y'all want to join the wait list, I'll have Brooke drop it in the chat. I think it is cajunventuresmo.com/BOLO. But as far as yes, and it is exclusively for our members. So we do not we're not going to just hold your hand and go to a store with you. Obviously, we're going to give you the tools where you will be able to make an informed buying decision. Okay. So you're not going to need us to give you products, because we're going to be able to give you stuff that you'll feel confident finding them for yourself, because every single decision we make is calculated and based on data. So that kind of makes it be the same. So I hope that you guys found this video valuable. If you did, make sure you hit thumbs up. I am so excited for next week's video. We spent a long time making it for you. It is going to be 50 Amazon tips in 11 minutes. And these are things we have never shared before. So make sure you hit subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss it. I'll see y'all next week. And until then, y'all go make that money. Bye, y'all. Have an amazing rest of your week.